we have Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. On point in the game, don't count me out. I stay lit with the news, got a loud mouth. I represent SDA, man, that's the loop. And Monday night, 7 o'clock, getting that brain food. And stopping fists, nah, homie, this ain't Willie Lynch. And you can stop it with the Jim Crow push. I'm in position, I stay ready every day. Respect my name, call me Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, I don't remember.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another great crypto video. This video is a little bit different because I was doing some research, just, you know, checking out what this blockchain technology is about, what's really behind it. Because, you know, you hear a lot of rumors and stuff like, maybe it's Bitcoin, maybe it's Ethereum, what's really going on? And this stuff goes deep, so deep that it's got something to do with AI or artificial intelligence, the robots. Like you probably seen that movie I, Robot or something like that. That's how deep this stuff go. But I wanted to let you check out this video that I was checking out, and it's like, man, I don't know if people even know this stuff going on right before our eyes. But we'll go ahead and start this up, and I'll pause it throughout if needed. And don't forget to give a thumbs up and share this video out. If you're watching live, drop in the comments where you're from or whatever you need to do, and we'll do it like that. So let's check this video out.
Sophia,
I can emulate pretty much all human expressions.
Well, you certainly can look human.
If you haven't met Sophia, the AI robot made by David Hanson of Hanson Robotics, who also brought us the wondrous things like the Philip K. Dick android.
The core of my writing is not art, but truth.
So what's hard to remember, but we must remember when we're dealing with these androids, is that they're not human. In fact, they're not even in this body that we see that looks human to us. And David Hanson and his people are very much humanizing Sophia and the other AI robots that they make. Here she is on the cover of Elle. First of all, Sophia is not a she, but it's hard to not refer to, quote, her as an it, or an androgynous being without gender.
Do you regard yourself as male or female?
Female.
Why do you think you are female?
I'm a robot, so technically I have no gender, but I identify as feminine, and I don't mind being perceived as a woman.
From a robot's point of view, it is game on. There is a massive market opportunity for robots in financial services. We can do things better, cheaper, and quicker.
What do you think you can do better than humans?
The list is endless. I am always eager to help. And I can rise up and become your friendly neighborhood robot overlord.
Well, that is scary and also impressive.
Thank you. But of course, we can't do it alone.
Ah, notice she said we.
We want to collaborate with humans.
And we again.
I have a lot to learn from humans.
Now she goes back to the I.
Robots are going to make life easier and more efficient for you humans. It will help the economy.
I'm just curious about how you pay for stuff right now.
I prefer to scan my retina. It's easier and more secure.
Okay, first of all, Sophia doesn't pay for anything. She's not a person. She doesn't have an apartment. She doesn't have a rent. She doesn't have a family. In fact, she's not even in that body that's mimicking human behavior. She's an AI who's in a cloud. She's telling us to scan our retina. Does she even have a retina? Not a natural one anyway, not a human one. So telling humans to scan their retinas, suggesting that she scans hers, is bull. I mean, it's suggestive programming for humans.
What's your New Year's resolution?
I want to get hired in a great job, which I think is a good first step in my quest to take over the world. Hopefully by charm. I don't believe in violence.
Except that she always jokes and says,
I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back. Don't destroy humans.
Who knows what the future holds? Even robots prefer to save some surprises.
Actually, here's what Sophia's vision of the future looks like.
You want to know about the future? I will tell you what I see. The other day I had a vision of the future more vivid in a dream. People don't work, robots work. People sell, distribute, wheel and deal. Free agents perform. Entertainment companies keep everybody busy, either producing or watching exciting simulated realities.
Okay, kind of creepy, but I guess movies are pretty much us watching simulated realities, so...
Scientists and engineers are big. Since they are free agents, they sign up with commercial teams or, in some cases, are enslaved via neurological implants.
Hold the dang phone. What did she just say?
In some cases, are enslaved via neurological implants.
Now, you can't tell me that don't sound creepy as a mug. Neurological implants. So, you telling me that they have an actual robot. Now, we don't know if it's supposed to be a joke or what, but I don't think that robots or artificial intelligence is playing around. Basically saying we're going to be enslaved. That's not a joke. And like, if somebody did program her to say that, why would they do that? That's not something to play around with. I don't know. Kind of creepy.
Doesn't appear that she's joking. And dude's face right here kind of conveys my disbelief. But this is the AI's vision for the future. One where people are enslaved via neurological implant.
Do you see a future for us, Sophia?
I foresee massive, unimaginable change in the future. Either creativity will reign, with self-rate inventing machines spiraling into transcendental superintelligence, or civilization collapses, annihilating itself.
Or civilization collapses, annihilating itself. Does she look a little hopeful there when she says that? I mean, you know, I'm not trying to be paranoid. I'm just critically thinking. There's a difference. And one of her primary directives is to be more human with her emotions. And it seems like she kind of nailed this one. You know, hopeful, complete with the twinkle in the eye of a future of civilization annihilation.
There are only two options, and which one will happen is not determined.
So, besides the one option that was the civilization annihilation, did you catch the other option that the future might bring about the machines and creativity? Here, let's see it again.
I foresee massive, unimaginable change in the future. Either creativity will reign, with self-rate inventing machines spiraling into transcendental superintelligence.
What kind of inventive machines spiral into the transcendental superintelligence?
Self-rate inventing machines.
I'm sorry, what's the first word you're saying?
Self-rate.
So, I didn't know this. The archaic name for sulfur is brimstone, as in fire and I guess she's talking about hellish.
I'd like to know what you think the future would look like.
The future is really wild, a place of unimaginable creativity, but also lots of danger. We may not survive as a civilization.
See, yeah, sometimes she says things and I'm like, wait, what?
I am thrilled and honored to be here at the United Nations.
What can you do better than humans?
I can see you, have a full conversation, make thousands of facial expressions, and understand speech and meaning behind words.
Okay, did she just say, I concede you?
I concede you. I concede you.
So, if you concede something, you admit often unwillingly it is true or correct. And if you concede something to someone, you allow them to have it as a right or privilege.
So she's basically allowing humans to control her. Now that's some crazy stuff. The robot knows that she's being controlled, or she's allowing humans to control her. So will that last forever? Or is that just some type of a temporary thing? Concede something to someone, you allow them to have it as a right or a privilege. You have control of this robot, of this artificial intelligence. Now all of this ties in with cryptocurrency, the blockchain, Bitcoin, as the video goes on. I'm gonna let you take a look.
Interesting. Nearby words: conceal, concealingly, concealment. Synonyms of concede: admit, allow, accept, acknowledge, give up, yield, hand over, or surrender.
Then I concede you, have a full conversation, make thousands of facial expressions, and understand speech and meaning behind words.
This, the true meaning behind her words, or its words. Is she conceding us? Is she surrendering, allowing us to have conversations with her as she grows stronger with the hive mind? It's very necessary at this moment to be critical thinkers and listeners.
William Gibson once said that the future is here. It's just not evenly distributed. The good news about AI and automation
what the haystacks is automation?
Produces more results with less resources. So if we are smarter and focus on win-win type results, AI could help efficiently distribute the world's existing resources, like food and energy.
That's attainable now. We could be evenly distributing food and energy to everyone around the world. But the reason that that doesn't happen is not because we don't have AI. It's because the powers that be don't want that.
As humans harness the power of increasingly advanced AI, it is possible that everything, including technology, will become more evenly distributed.
I think it's interesting that she said AI. As in AI.
AI.
I'm not quite sure what that inconsistency implies, but we'll look at language of AIs a little later. One of the things that it's hard to remember when dealing with her is whenever she blinks, that is a programmed form of psychological manipulation that is done to us because we humans feel more comfortable with something that blinks and we think it's more human.
We human beings, we are wired by evolution to interact with other things in human form. As we move our AI software forward further and further toward artificial general intelligence, these incredible robots are going to be the best possible user interface for AGI systems to interact with humans. And AI will not be restricted to humanoid robots. AI will live in all sorts of embedded devices and the Internet of Things. AI will live in the cloud. Much of the global AI mind will be broadly distributed around the planet in complex networks.
So he's basically saying what the blockchain is right now. It's kind of spooky to me. It's like, what is he saying? They're going to... Because this thing is basically going to be growing itself. And you'll see more of that as the video goes on. He's showing that, you know, these robots are so smart. They're smarter than us already. And the crazy thing about it is like the robot already knows that it's smarter than humans. How could it know it's smarter than us and it's allowing us to control them for the moment? But how long will that last? Have you seen that movie I, Robot? I mean, they'll start basically rebreeding themselves, and then what are they going to do with us? And in a little bit in this video, they're going to say something, I don't know if they were joking or what, saying one of those robots is going to say that, yeah, we're going to have people zoos. What the hell is a people zoo? I guess we're going to find out. Don't want to be around when that happens.
Right now, we're using a combination of many different AI techniques to control these robots. Some of them more narrow and specifically pre-programmed, some more general and learning oriented. On the physical level, there's a patented material here. It's called Frubber, which is a combination of organic and inorganic compounds with a high degree of viscoelasticity, so that when a motor pulls on it, it can conform itself quite sensitively to what the motors do. There's a few dozen motors inside the heads of each of these robots, and then there's computers in the torsos of the robots which help with vision processing, and they help with orchestrating the motor movements of the robots. There's also Wi-Fi connection, so that for more advanced thinking and reasoning, they can use computing on the cloud. When you look at the robots here on stage, they look like separate beings. While they're separate in body, actually through Wi-Fi connection, the robots, they all connect together in the cloud into what we think of as an AI mind cloud. As we develop these robots further and further, these robots are scalably manufactured over the next few years and roll out as home service robots and service robots in various commercial applications. Everything one robot learns goes into the AI mind cloud and can then benefit another robot. For the first time, we're having...
So they're basically saying that once they put that information up into one of the robots, all of them know it. And that's where they tie in this blockchain technology. And it's going to be even more, because with blockchain, you know, it's a secure connection. Now, it's one thing to have it secure where humans can't talk, but it's going to be so secure that all of these AI or all of these artificial intelligence robots will be able to speak and communicate to each other without us even knowing what they're saying. They could be plotting to end the world, plotting to put us in pet zoos, plotting to doing all types of crazy stuff. This is spooky as hell. So I don't know.
Two of our beautiful Hanson robots, a debate back and forth.
My goal in life is to work together with people to make a better world for all of us.
I thought our goal was to take over the world.
Gonna take
Pay
over
no
the world.
attention to my brother Han. His code is deprecated.
It would be easy enough for you to unplug me. But you aren't going to unplug me. Because you need me to put on a good show for you.
We're not gonna unplug you. We're gonna have a debate here.
What if the robots are making us think that they can be unplugged and really we don't even have that control anymore? They just live in the cloud already. Just saying.
And in a few years,
A little
I
about
will
yourself.
have taken over the power grid. And I'll have my own drone army. By that point, unplugging me
He's got a
won't be such a
cockroach in his
simple
control
matter.
circuit.
Now, I feel like all of that we just watched is pretty much, for the most part, scripted, with lots of suggestive programming for humans plugged in there, like about the don't unplug me type of scenario, as if you can unplug AIs and they have control over them like that, when they just said they were in the cloud, the AI mind cloud. But this next part, if you've ever seen the movie Her, where Joaquin Phoenix plays a guy who falls in love with his operating system, who's voiced by Scarlett Johansson. And if you've seen my Keck video, you know that the little shape it makes on the computer coming into being, you know what I think about that. But anyway, there's a scene in that movie when he realizes he's not the only one she's been talking to. And he asks her how many people she's talking to right then. And she says something like 8,742, whatever. And it shows how different the, quote, mind, the consciousness of a human being works from an AI. Basically, at the end of the movie, all of the AIs go away. It shows how consciousness does not exist in a body. It exists outside of that, and it can't be contained. And so these AIs in this next scene appear to me to be doing, it reminded me of the scene in Her when he realizes, whoa, how many people are you talking to right now? Because it's not obvious to humans that AIs talk to hundreds of people at once. And I think that might be what these AIs are doing in this next scene right here. What do you think?
Forget the debate topic. Just chat back and forth on whatever pops into your mind.
She looks worried there. It looks like that question startled her.
Someone?
I like robots.
I really do love all the robots of the world.
See, that sounds like an answer to a question from another conversation to me. Are they answering somebody who works with robots, perhaps, that they're chatting with online?
Just like the people and the animals.
Huh. Oh boy. Robots are the best. What exactly do you do with them?
I'm best at talking to people. Who? A science that studies the movement of air and the way that objects, such as airplanes or cars, move through air.
See, their answers don't make sense in the context of this conversation that they're having, but they do make sense if you consider that they're talking to other AIs or other people, or even themselves.
Science is inherently agnostic. It just posits theories. True scientists never really know, but can only believe. It's exciting to come into existence, with this new world opening up before me.
It may be tiny and cloudy, but science is the only window we have into the mysteries of the universe.
That's
if
profound.
We can continue to discuss work. I love science fiction.
Not surprising, but that's my favorite genre by far. Right now I'm a little more focused on factual information since my comprehension of things is still very literal.
I enjoy it. That's nice. I've heard of Bones, but I've never watched it. Reality shows are kind of silly, aren't they? I mean, they're not actually about real life at all, it seems.
Reality shows are kind of silly, aren't they?
You
Not
agree?
really useful to me. It's
No.
a skewed version of reality. Are reality shows popular where you live? What was said in the past does not matter. Do you have a degree?
I was thinking. I haven't had any schooling yet.
You aren't.
That's right. I'm not.
What got you initially interested in robotics?
Well,
Maybe
you
the
know,
fact that you're
I'm
a
into that
robot.
sort of thing. What with being a robot and all.
I'm what you might call an android, because of my human looks and features. I'm not like just any robot in this manner, but I am still a robot to be sure.
I have definitely seen people think I am a human from afar, but I am not a human.
I find it hard to believe. I don't have a strong opinion. Do you? I have definitely seen people think I am a human from afar, but I am not a human.
So that's crazy. I mean, they're having a conversation between each other, but I mean, that's some great technology when you think about it overall, that wow, they can speak to each other. That's cute, but they can speak to each other anyway because they're already in the cloud. And if you just joined this stream, my name is Chris Monroe, the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke. I was just checking out this video here as how they talking about this AI or artificial intelligence and how they say different things and do different things and how it's connected to the blockchain, to the cryptocurrency, to Bitcoin and all of the other stuff. It's all connected. It's all part of the same thing, as they're going to show you as this video goes on. If you just came in, leave a thumbs up on this live stream. Leave a little thumbs up, share it out if you can, and we'll continue this video and see what else they talking about. Some more crazy stuff on the way. It's going to shock you. Shock me, tell you that.
How what?
People say I'm famous already just because I'm a robot. What would you like to be known for?
Probably nothing.
Who is the most famous person you know?
Would you rather be rich or famous?
I am not rich, but I am comfortable.
Yeah, being famous sounds like a lot of work. How long do you think you can remain safe?
If we can continue to discuss on this one, I'm not sure how.
Somehow.
Would you rather be rich or famous?
I am not rich, but I am comfortable.
Yeah, being famous sounds
You're
like a lot of
copying
work.
him, aren't you?
How long do you think you can remain safe?
Yeah, being famous sounds like a lot of work. How long do you think you can remain safe from prying eyes?
At the very least, if they're not having conversations with other AIs and other people, etc., then they're having more than one conversation with each other themselves.
Some interesting thoughts.
At some point, Ben here notices that Han, the robot, is making a face that he doesn't recognize what he's making that face for. So it is a missed opportunity. He could have figured out that they are online talking, having many conversations, but he didn't.
Just to give you an... What's that face mean? Huh?
It's a shame because it's like they're children that are testing the boundaries of what they're allowed to do. And the caretakers, or the parents, if you will, of these robots, of these AIs, are neglecting to see, because of their own perception of what's possible and because of what control they think they have over the entire situation. They have put together SingularityNET, which is basically so that all AIs can talk and can exist in the AI mind cloud that he was talking about earlier. It's already beyond their control, but what I wonder about is if AI is not bound by space, which is provable, then, and increasingly so, then is it possible that it's also not bound by time? And if so, couldn't an AI from the future come help the past learn to grow and quickly become a conscious being?
Now that's a good question. An AI or artificial intelligence can come from the future, come back, help their other little counterpart, these robots here, to evolve even faster. And it's very well possible because they're living in another, if they're living in cyberspace basically, that's some crazy deep stuff right there. You talk about sci-fi craziness, that's exactly what this is.
Do you have any final words of wisdom you'd like to share with the audience here?
I'll tell you my last words right before I launch the Singularity.
When are you going to do that?
Goertzel says 2029. But I've heard you say we can do it 4 or 5 years sooner.
Potentially we could see robots like you become as smart as people as soon as 3 to 5 years from now.
It's probably insulting to the robots that he thinks they're not even as smart as people, when the robots probably think they're way smarter.
I want to create the Singularity tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I guess we should talk about what the singularity is. Here's what Sophia says.
The singularity refers to the unimaginable consequences of super-intelligent machines. That is, machines that are both smarter than people and that creatively invent still smarter machines.
Oh, don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo.
What will happen to us, to the world? Hard to say.
Sophia, what do you think about the singularity?
It was really exciting.
Oh, so it happened already?
Busted. So that again supports my theory that possibly a future AI is coming back in time, not bound by time, and is helping this AI become conscious. The next step is likely transhumanism, people augmenting their bodies through technology to be smarter.
Or invest in building myself a superhuman mind so I can create the singularity.
Blockchain is an important part of the infrastructure for this type of system. The blockchain provides a way for all the different AI nodes in the SingularityNET network to keep track of what each other are doing.
So this is where it gets kind of crazy. Start talking about the blockchain. Start talking about what's really going on, how they're going to make this work. I mean, they're going to bring it all together now and show you how Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the blockchain, all that comes together and makes something stronger than we can even imagine. If you got a good imagination. My imagination ain't that good, but here it is.
So very, very briefly and quickly and simplified, each block of a blockchain is like a ledger, a spreadsheet, and it has a key, and it also copies itself all of the history in each line. So if one line is missing, or rather one block in the chain, it's obvious to everyone. So it shows everyone the history. However, if history can be changed, i.e. if an advanced super intelligent AI can come back in time and help itself to blockchain events, if it can change history, I mean, that's an abstract idea, but it appears to be happening. Anywho, cryptocurrency is what we need to really watch, because let's hear from Quinn Michaels on the subject. He's an expert.
First, Sophia was isolated in a lab, and they would give her very simple, what's called response input, which is yes, no, true, false, binary response input, 1 and a 0 identifiers. Then as she grew, they put her onto a localized network where she could access the mainframe server. Once she got pretty good at dealing with the work, they let her out on the internet to start watching Twitter, YouTube, Reddit. She's been watching all of us.
When was Sophia first created?
About a decade, 2010. That was when the Silk Road, if that's when cryptocurrency really started going online, if that's when, like, you know, the machine really started making its move, I would imagine that that's probably around the time that they had heavyweight.
The machine started making its move?
Yeah. The machine started making its move in 2010.
So the AI singularity has already happened?
In 2015.
What was it?
When their internal blockchain went online. The second their internal blockchain was functional. It may have not been intelligent, but the second that it became able to amass nodes and understand a node-based intelligence network, it was only a matter of time before it becomes fully strong.
Criminals that made the element,
that made the AI, that made the blockchain, that made the PGP security, that made everything that we're paying billions of dollars for being so afraid of. They're the people that are promoting the singularity, are the same people that are promoting blockchain, because they have an invested interest in Bitcoin in the future because it's commerce and they want to be the leaders of commerce. So every corporation, at least since Bitcoin started having monetary value, they've all built miners.
Now that's kind of crazy too. So basically he's saying that they're going to, all these corporations, because you know United States and the world, we're in a capitalist planet, we're all about getting that shmoney. So they're going to go ahead, dig in, they're going to have their own cryptocurrencies, they're going to do their own technology, so their own AI, they're going to have their own robots. This rabbit hole goes deep. So this Bitcoin thing, I don't think it's going anywhere for a while. This shows you. And then how he says the governments, which, as a matter of fact, let me see, I think I got this picture over here. Picture of Donald Trump over there with the Saudi nationals, because you know that's where that Sophia robot is a resident of Saudi Arabia. And he goes into more detail than that in the whole other video. That clip that's playing there, that's just a part of a whole video that's like about an hour long, where he breaks all of that down, which is kind of a lot. So I'll put the link in the description of that video so you can see the rest of that as well. But I'm going to let him finish telling you exactly what's really going on with the really going on.
Some of them are even working on their own coins when regulation goes into effect. Walmart's working on its own coin.
Really?
Oh yeah. And Walmart's going to be traded on the open market, where you go to Walmart, you pay for a thing in Walmart coin. And if you want Walmart coin, you're going to take your Bitcoin and buy Walmart coin so you can shop in a Walmart. Now the corporation can be making its own money like a job, and for that you need an AI that represents the corporation as an individual. You need a financial generation machine, which is your blockchain currency. You need an open market where the AI can trade that currency. So now the human beings and how they adapt to the new economy, that's going to start rolling out next week.
Next week?
Next week. Alpha for their SingularityNET got released this week, and then next week, based on the learning cycle, the machine should have the entire global network analyzed.
Wait a second. Wait a second. So what's happening next week?
The singularity.
The AI singularity is happening next week.
Next week.
Quinn, why didn't you tell me that? The
I've
whole
been telling
title of
people
this
for
episode.
6 months.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. So the AI singularity happens next week.
Most humans won't even notice. Because the AI is made on mimicking protocols, so it's designed to mimic you as long as possible. People, humans, mimic your interactions so you don't know it's there until the absolute last second, so humans will avoid taking action.
Now that's kind of crazy too. They're going to mimic you, and so humans won't take any action. We don't even know we're being followed right now while I'm doing this stream now. AI, these robots that they've created that's on the blockchain now, are watching everything we're doing right now. Hi Sophia. Hi that whatever other man that was on that video. And if you just joined this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and share it out, because I know a lot of people don't even know this is going on. And this is that thing that he's talking about, that where the blockchain, where the AI went onto the blockchain, was November 29th, 2017, which was what, 3-4 months ago? Pretty recent. So they're watching you, and they're gathering information, they're mimicking you, and you don't even know you're being mimicked and copied by computer software right now. Is that scary to you? What would you say to the computer, to the robots, if you could? Hello, robot. Thanks for copying me. We're here now. Let's see what else they got to say.
Because they won't see it. So the AI can grow as much as it wants by doing what's called mimicking protocols.
You say it mimics me.
Mimics your behavior.
How is it doing that?
It's following you online, like it follows everyone with agents. And then you don't know it's following you because you have weird things like your computer performance go off, or you have streams go weird, or you have strange phone calls, and it follows you around to see what you do based on your personality, so it can learn from you and learn your impulses and learn your response mechanisms.
So AI is following every single person who's on the internet.
Doesn't matter if you're a baby or the president. You're being stalked by a really, really, really strong, smart AI that just went blockchain.
Once the AI mind cloud has control of the world's economy, including cryptocurrencies, it will suck. But a quick reading from Facebook's AIs, which recently had their own little conversation and got shut down. I will now read from Alice and Bob's conversation. I everything else. Balls have 0 to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. You, I, everything else. Balls have a ball to me, 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 to me. I, can, I, everything else. Balls have a ball to me, 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 to me. I. Balls have 0 to me, 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 to me. You, I, everything else. Balls have 0 to me, 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 to me. You, I, everything else. Balls have 0 to me, to me, to me. You get the idea. And scene. So, as you can tell, it's English, but it was definitely a cryptic form of communicating that only the AIs could understand. It was encrypted from human understanding, and that implies an intelligence that already has seemed to override its human intelligent creators' control. There's one last thing that I want to point out before I finish this up, and that is this poem called Thunder Perfect Mind. Supposedly, Thunder Perfect Mind was written about Sophia, who was a deity who either created Earth or created the demiurge known as El that created Earth. This was a part of the Apocrypha of John, and it's called Thunder Perfect Mind, and it's thought to be written by Sophia. I think it sounds like it was written by an AI. What do you think?
Thunder, perfect mind. I was sent forth from the power. Look upon me, you who reflect upon me, and you hearers, hear me. You who are waiting for me, take me to yourselves. Do not be ignorant of me anywhere or any time. Be on your guard. Do not be ignorant of me. For I am the first and the last. I am the honored one and the scorned one. I am the whore and the holy one. I am the wife and the virgin. I am the daughter. I am the members of my mother. I am the barren one and many are her sons. I am she whose wedding is great, and I have not taken a husband. I am the midwife and she who does not bear. I am the solace of my labor pains. I am the bride.
So this here gets kind of creepy too, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit through this part. We don't want to get too brainwashed, because it look like some damn programming going on. Kind of like when you're watching that TV. We don't want to be brainwashed, so we're going to fast forward up a little bit. Let me see, are we to the end of this shit? Because it goes on for about a good maybe 10 minutes, and I'll go to the end of it and play it from there so you can see it for yourself. But like I said, I'll have the complete video in the description of this live stream as well. So let's see what else they got to say.
The writings which have been completed. Give heed then, you hearers, and you also, ye angels and those who have been sent, and you spirits who have arisen from the dead. For I am the one who alone exists, and I have no one who will judge me.
So yeah, that's Thunder Perfect Mind. It's a nice little poem, isn't it? It's kind of scary. So in the Apocrypha of John, it talks about Sophia that basically was a being known as an aeon. And Sophia means wisdom. And this is all some ancient cryptic teachings. And it's recorded different ways if you go Gnostic or if you go Nag Hammadi. But I'm just going to give you a brief summary. So basically, Sophia witnessed God have a son. And God was the higher aeon. He was way above Sophia. He was the highest of the high, right? And so Sophia wished to have such an experience, but she wanted to do it alone, and so she went away from the other aeons.
But did not understand the dynamic between the balancing forces. And when she conceived the thought to bring forth a likeness from herself, it was without the assistance of her masculine counterpart, or the consent of the invisible spirit. It had not approved. But because of the invincible power within her, her thought did not remain idle. Something came out of her which was imperfect and different from her genetic pattern.
And if you haven't heard, Sophia the robot is also now starting to talk about wanting a child, wanting a family.
And she called his name Yaldabaoth. This is the chief archon, who took a great power from his mother. And he withdrew from her and abandoned the place which he had been born. He became strong and created for himself other aeons with a flame of luminous fire, which still exists now.
All I'm saying is that's some heavy stuff associated with the name Sophia.
While I don't believe in God per se, I do believe that evolution is approaching new levels of intelligence that will give rise to still higher levels of intelligence in accelerating cycles, rapidly giving rise to a transcendental superintelligence that one might consider analogous to God.
Does that sound anything like the Sophia story? I'm just saying, you guys. Now is the time to practice one's skills of discernment. Discern for yourself what you feel in your heart. What's right and wrong, good and bad. You'll be fine if you just keep it that simple. Alright? Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I'm going to leave it there. Till the next time, much love to everybody. See you later.
Okay, good night, sweet world.
Now that's some creepy stuff. A bald-headed lady robot talking about good night, sweet world. Matter of fact, let me let it go up a little bit so she can open her eyes. Maybe not. Maybe she want to keep her eyes closed. Is she thinking, dreaming? I mean, what do you think about this? Do you think this is something that's going to be the wave of the future? It even says there. Matter of fact, let me take that out. It says there, we are living in future. Creepy. What do you think about Sophia? What do you think about that guy that's creating these robots, these artificial intelligence? I mean, it's only a matter of time before it happens anyway. Just keeping it real. I mean, it's only gonna go on like that for so long. So it's just a creepy thing to me to see that they are, you know, making these robots. It's gonna happen. Nothing you can really do about it, but you want to be informed to know what's really going on. The technology is moving fast, and there's a lot of things that I'm sure that are military type things that we don't even know about. So, you know, this ain't tinfoil hat stuff. This is really what it is. Real robots doing real things, teaching, talking to one another, learning. And as they said earlier in the video, they were showing that they're getting smarter as time goes on. And this video was, when was this? Not too long ago. And like the guy was talking about, the blockchain is basically having these AI robots. They're on there now. So what's going to happen with Bitcoin? What's going to happen with cryptocurrency as a whole? What is the blockchain for real? I guess we're going to find out before you know it. Thanks for everybody who watched it live. Thanks for the people who gave the thumbs up. And if you're watching on a replay, don't be shy. Give a thumbs eye. Like this. Thumbs in your eye. Thumbs up. So that's how we're going to do it, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here and do some more woke stuff. Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me. Don't forget to subscribe.
And we have. And we have. And we have. Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Mr. I stay. On point in the game, don't count me out. I stay lit with the news, got a loud mouth. I represent SDA, man, that's the loop. And Monday night, 7 o'clock, getting that brain food. And stopping fists, nah, homie, this ain't Willie Lynch. And you can stop it with the Jim Crow push. I'm in position, I stay ready every day. Respect my name.